I just woke up. What the fuck? Someone already calling me? I got fine. I'll get it. I really fixed the place up, huh? Hello? 7 days. There's a job. I'm ready. Anything else? No. The order's at your door. He sure is strange today. Look how he runs away. Oh, before I forget, do an upgrade. Interrupt enemy action. Increase damage. Stun all enemies. 1 damage to all. 30 ink. Interrupting an action is pretty good. But it's one or all of them? Yeah, it might be all enemies. Let's take the increased damage. Oh, that's all I get. Right? Try again another day. As far as I know, there's 2 more chapters left. And I think there's an epilogue. Not as spacious as I expected. Oh, up with the desync on. That's all I get? Alright. That motion blur is killing me right now. I don't know why. Oh yeah, the mill. Mr. Keith, I would like to congratulate you on your purchase of an apartment. You were not the best of renters and were constantly late with payments. However, when you told me you were prepared to purchase the entire apartment, I was overjoyed. I am delighted that you have a new source of income, since as far as I understand, you no longer write for a living. It seems you made the right choice. I wish you luck. Mr. Ascold Bermendal. What we stealing today? Timeless Mansion. A strange note. The contractor agrees to infiltrate the Timeless Mansion by Helena Roberty and extract an item, the cursed clock. The client agrees to pay the negotiated sum upon fulfillment of the contract. At the writer? An excerpt from a review, fresh and original as always. Nowadays, there really aren't enough authors who are this original and can release new books so fast. I'm surprised there hasn't been a version of this where the author, like, self-inserted themselves into the book, you know? But I mean, that could be the case eventually. Oof. Finally, I landed on something soft. Ahem. Maybe too soft. Ew, you examine your souls. How did it go? I think it's successfully nabbing Excalibur really redeemed me in the client's eyes. So now you'll get easier jobs. No more killer robots threatening us. I hope so. We're supposed to find a clock of some sort. That doesn't sound too complicated. Ready to get started? Is it? I don't remember how you run. L2, okay. Hey, it's a cute place. NTN? Are you okay? Yes. Does he know? Does he know the person who wrote it or something? What the? Oh god, oh god. The woman runs past without even glancing at you. I trapped him. I trapped the monster. Run away. Monster? So the jobs didn't get easier. The steps collapsed under their own weight. Old rusted pipes run along the wall. One of the pipes is dipping, or dripping. Actually, the water is full on flowing out of it. It's too late to save this pipe. Damn it, girl. Get back here and let me out. I'll find you and your friends too. Do you really think this cage can stop me? Is this the monster? Who are you? The man pauses and stares at you. Damn. Etienne? You know him? Etienne? The man's eyes seem to burn through you. You look away, but not before noticing that the man's hands are trembling with anger. I think we should get out of here quickly. Stop right there, you bastard. Answer me, what did you do with Amanda? Where is my wife? Hold on. What does all this mean? Not know. Interesting. Wait, can I get this barrel? No. What's going on upstairs? I feel like this one, choosing this book might have been like a personal attack on him, maybe? Or he's been here before, maybe? Windows boarded up tight. Door number 1. Why does that fellow in the basement know you? This book. I wrote it. What do you mean? I created this mansion, but I was arrested before I had a chance to finish the book. So how did your client get this book then? We've only been stealing from books that are on the market. I imagine the rights to it went to my publisher and they decided to have another writer finish it. So that's why the dreadful man in the basement knows you. You created him. Is that how that works? Yes, but not like that. It was the story of a generous aristocrat who lived in a beautiful mansion with his wife. You definitely wouldn't catch me writing about a murderer in a blood-soaked basement. You think the new author changed a lot? I think so, yes. Who's this Amanda he mentioned? Is she here somewhere too? She's not here anymore. It's better if we talk about that later. The clock wasn't meant to be here either. Let's take a look since it's what we're here for. You see an ancient clock. The steel frame around it is covered in small inscriptions, some of which are impossible to make out. There's something written here. The clock master's lifetime, something something, with the time on the clock itself. It's too bad it stopped. I'm guessing we need to bring back a working clock? Etienne. Yes, a working one. You notice 3 huge holes in the mechanism. There are 3 gears missing. We have to search the whole mansion. Well, you should know your way around here pretty well since you created all this. Are we at the end of the book? That's right, the plot has ended, and the heroine managed to lock the monster in the basement and escape. Nothing else happens in the plot after this. A happy ending. We need to go back to somewhere on page 150 or so. That's where the mansion will be in its best shape for us to search it. Even the staircase is in ruins right now. I didn't know you could do that. Are we going to jump between pages? Jumping is the easy part. The hard part is landing on the same spot on another page. If I miss or land end up between pages without my powers, it could end badly. Should we risk it? I think it worked. We're on page 120 now. A little more pleasant here, don't you think? Etienne, you don't want to keep doing this, do you? I just can't cancel the job. I don't really have a choice. Do you think the client knew that this was your book and sent you here on purpose? I don't think he cares either way. Help. Help me, let me out. Who's that? Another victim? Let's go find out. Not that the clock worked, right? The weighty clock rests on the pedestal. Go to 2000. 2000? Alright, I'm not fucking with that. Hey, anybody? Anybody? Jonathan? Guys? Is anybody here? Help me, Jonathan. The voice is coming from behind those shelves. I hear it. Yellow. Oh my god, who are you? That's not important. I'm here to help. Ugh, alright. My hands. She draws your attention to the handcuffs behind her back. How did you end up here? You fiddle with the handcuffs. My brother and I were looking for something. Oh god, Jonathan, he's still around here somewhere. Promise me you'll find him. We'll see. By the way, you haven't seen any gears around here, have you? Big ones for a clock? No, sorry. It's okay. Although, when I was searching the study upstairs, I found a secret compartment in the desk, but it was empty. What do you mean, searching? Did I say searching? I must have misspoke. Alright, I'll check it out later. If you finish fiddling with the handcuffs and the girl is finally free. Thank you, she rubs free her freed wrist. Well, an awkward silence falls. I think it's time to get out of here. I'll take care of your brother. The girl nods briefly, and she looks around the room for a second, and with barely noticeable disappointment, disappears behind the door. More of your characters? They seem fairly well written. Really bad at lying, though. No, I don't know her. A plain writing desk stands against the wall. There's nothing of interest on the desk or in the drawers, not this time at least. So, back in the future. So this is going to be a move something in the past, it changes in the future type of thing. You look at the empty cell, the scratches on the floor and chains hanging from the walls make this a frightening place even without. I wonder where our monster is in this time. I think we're better off not running into him. It looked like he was ready to kill you right there and then. Do you think the new author made him like that? No, nothing's changed here. Oh, but he's not supposed to hurt other characters. You examine the manacles on the walls. And this change in him bothers me. I think the fact that he knows your name is also kind of worrisome. If I move this. Oh, out of the way. Boxes. You see seal boxes that smell like dirt. Crowbar. Okay. Those are called crates, not boxes. A box ensues that it is cardboard. Water pipes. Here's what's ruining the staircase in the future. It looks like there's a water pipe leak. Pipes are indeed leaking badly. The smell of dampness lingers in the air. You examine the small crack in the pipe. You instinctively clench your fists, preparing yourself for the burning pain of your shackles. Do I have to? Maybe there's another way? It's locked. The master... What? I missed that. Portrait of the house's master before he changed. Tools for everything. Wow. Oh, already got two, huh? Crowbar parts. Can I make a crowbar? I can. Alright, got that now. Go back and open the crates. Not standing on ceremony, you pry open the boxes with a crowbar. Mushrooms and moldy bread, that's crazy. What a deal. An empty box that smells like tobacco. Cigars. One of the master's letters is an invitation to a ball hosted at this mansion. This is the mansion master's study. It's so sparse. Apparently whoever rewrote your book didn't know much about creating pleasant settings. I don't think it's all that bad. Oh. Big clock gears everywhere. More crowbar parts? These gears won't fit in the clock, okay. The cabinet is locked tight. This is the mansion master's desk. Same in the secret compartment. You notch to the bottom of the drawer has a strange edge. Notice. You press lightly on the bottom and discover an impressively large secret compartment underneath. This could fit a whole gear. It could if someone had put one in here. You close the drawer. Should we check out this desk at another time, since it had to be here at some point? I hope so. Nothing else of interest here? Okay. I think we're ready to go back. Maybe I should... Oh, I know there's one more here. I wonder if I should use my ink on the pipes over there. The cabinet is locked tight. The door won't budge. I have... Let me go make the lockpick. See if I can make the lockpick. Pliers, but no lockpick. I don't have a need for pliers just yet, so I'll wait. Burnt papers. That's clearly a door. Couldn't be more obvious that that is a door. Master is clearly not a modest man. Alright, pipes it is. Just need a little bit. It's not a huge hole. You place a small drop of your ink on the crack in the pipe. The ink slowly takes on the appearance and properties of the metal. Come on, faster. You grit your teeth as the pain from your shackles burns you. I think that's it. The crack's gone. Oof. You exhale and pull up your sleeves and look at your hands. Are you alright? Yeah, it's best not to show what you see to Roderick. You push your sleeve wet with blood back into place. Jesus. We should go check on the staircase in the future. I hope this works. So, I couldn't go upstairs in the future? I thought I did go upstairs in the future. Yeah, that's how I made it to the main hall. Wait, what happened here? Go to 2000. Hey, look, it worked. The staircase is fixed. Oh, it's this staircase. Okay. Let's see what's left of this. Let's go see what's left of the second floor. More metal. Okay, that's enough for a lockpick, I think. Okay. Lockmaker's study. Nice. Looks kind of small, don't you think? This is the Mansion Master's desk. Secret compartment. Bingo. One of the gears you're looking for inside is inside. Too bad there's just one. Put the gear in your pocket. Let's put it in the clock. And then we'll look for the rest. Also, we had to save that girl's brother, who should be somewhere in the past. So much to do. Hello? A man is standing in the hallway holding a strange walkie-talkie and flipping various levers on it. Mariah, come in. Damn it, Mariah. Only sound coming from the walkie-talkie is static. The man taps it angrily, as though hitting it will help. Damn, I think he's... You notice the man's police hat. The man suddenly turns around. You see that his face is made of paper. Oh, another walker? Stop right there, breathing heavily, measuring you with his eyes. He raises the walkie-talkie to his face. For the record, during a routine patrol, Sergeant Kiko Britz encountered an unlicensed bookwalker. To hell with you, he notices that walkie-talkie still isn't working. How can I help you? State your name at the very least and remove your disguise. Why the hell aren't you saying anything? State your name and I'll note it down as mitigating circumstances. Don't make me use force. My name is Robert Potter. I mean James. Yeah, James Potter. I mean... For the record, the unlicensed Bookwalker refuses to state his name and is lying to the officer. He is also concealing his face behind a mask. Take that off right now. Maybe it's best if we do what he says. If he finds out who I am, he'll find me in reality, and that'll be the end of me and you. We can fight. The man starts striding towards you, unbuttoning his uniform jacket as he approaches. You raise your fists, preparing to defend yourself. It's too bad Mariah's not here. She really loves beating up thugs like you. For the record, commencing neutralization. Disable skill. Oh no. With the next skill I use, is that what you're saying? I'm gonna do it again. I'm not gonna do it again. Oh, why disable slash? That's fine. What? Goodbye, friendo. The man looks at you angrily. Damn you. Fine, Mariah will deal with you later, thief. The man instantly disappears as though he was never here, but the bruises on your body stay otherwise. Damn, this is really bad. I can imagine disobeying the writer's police is one thing, but fighting the police? Attacking a police officer plus stealing from a book that is still under license. It's not 30 years, of course, but you could definitely get 5 to 7. So not even close to what you were accused of. What in the world did you do, Etienne? Hold on, you also said you hadn't finished the book when they arrested you. So, which means something happened here in this mansion. And it has something to do with the mansion's master and someone named Amanda. How about we get down to business before the policeman gets here back up? Down to business. Enough? Nope, I need one more. I've been over here to the kitchen in the future. This was a room for entertaining guests. Looks like the master of the house became less social. And his definition of entertainment changed too. Damn, was that torture? Torture. The master's clearly not a modest man. Okay, come on. You can clearly move it. Alright, let's check the pipes. Before we put the gear in. And I also haven't been in this door either. Oh, locked. Doing alright there, buddy? Watch the man hit the door of the cage over and over with his bare hands. Each blow injures his hands, but the wounds quickly heal themselves. He didn't have powers like that before. It's the clock. Remember what the inscription said about how it's connected to its master? While the clock is stopped, nothing can hurt its master. Well, either that or he was born with inhuman regenerative abilities. The man glances briefly at you. Soon, Etienne, this door isn't as sturdy as you might think. Soon we'll have a nice little chat face to face. You'll pay for everything you've done to me. For Amanda. And for abandoning me here. What, do you leave him inside the book? Alright, go to the clock. Really not much more I can do right now. So that door in the kitchen gets unlocked. The weighty clock rests on the pedestal. Insert a gear. You put the first gear into the clock. You hear the furious cries of the mansion's master coming from the basement. You think that will help you, Etienne? You don't even know what that clock does. How did he know we were... We need to find the other 2 gears, but let's speed things up a little. I feel really uncomfortable in this place. I thought you'd be glad to be back in your... No, I'm not. And this isn't my book anymore. They twisted and destroyed everything they could here. I wish I could burn this whole book to ashes. Alright, let's start with the girl's brother. Maybe he knows something? Since as far as I can tell, they investigated all this already. We didn't see him in the past. Can you jump even earlier? Yeah. Where are we headed? Did we go 1995 already? Yeah, we'll go 1995. Oof, I guess today is our lucky day. So many jumps and we're still in one piece. Maybe it's because you're so skillful, Stop it. Hey, sorry, I'm just trying to lighten things up a little. Thanks for trying. Okay, I have almost everything I need. I do have everything I need. Got that juice. Smell like wine. More tools. A barrel with the lid tied firmly shut with a rope attracts your attention. Cut the rope. Usually cut through the rope with the pliers. Red. Door's locked from the inside. Is the basement still here? Or no? Well, I guess it's a jail. It might have been built after. Hi, Raven. Locked master didn't want to let anyone out. Oh, is that a bookshelf or something I can go into? No. One of the master's letters. It's charred and it's addressed to his lover, Amanda. What's this? There isn't supposed to be a passageway here. I guess the master is building a secret room? The mansion's master wouldn't tear down this wall himself. He's a well-off aristocrat. What have you learned so far? This is book number 5. I still don't know what he did to deserve this punishment, but I'm assuming it's some Illuminati shit. I did just run into a police officer that was also in the book, so I'm assuming that there's a police force that stops people from stealing stuff from specific books. I don't know how that works, because each book would be individually a different thing, or is it like when you steal one thing from the book, it just all the books lose the thing? There's a book police force. Yeah. There's a dude in the basement right now who I'm under the assumption is either a man that he brought in here and left here, or wrote, and I don't understand how he recognized him, because I don't think that's how that works. When you write a character, they recognize you when you go into the book, so I'm assuming he came from the outside. There's also another woman, Amanda, I'm assuming was also the same deal. His servants should be around here somewhere. It's probably their work. I don't see any servants in this time. Looks like the new author took them out of the plot. Fuck. You think they'd put them in another book? Of course not. No one in their right mind would take a character out of a book. That breaks one of the most serious writer laws. Yeah, he definitely did something like that. I'm assuming that's the case, or else they would just have somebody else do it. Either that, or he's just that good at doing the job that most of the time they can't get people to. I mean, what would be the point of sending them a specific book, you know? They probably just got erased. Whoa. We need to search this place in different times since there might be a secret passage here. Alright. It's definitely interesting. The way that it works. Or, I don't know, whenever we find out how it works. Go to another time. We did 1995, oh. Well, I mean, he knew. I mean, you can't go any further back in time, so, I mean, the future's the only thing you got, right? I would have been noticed that this was here, by the way. Like, the painting was taken down from rusty metal runners. From rusty metal runners is now leaning against the wall. You see a door behind the painting, but you won't be able to open it while the painting is in the way. Move the painting. The painting turns out to be extremely heavy. You can't pick it up, but you manage to pull it towards you and move it to the side, or you can just tip it over. Like that, yeah. Secret door. Secret room. More metal. I've got so much metal and stuff that I don't need because I've already made everything. A charred love letter addressed to Amanda, signed by Etienne Keast. The plot thickens. I'm not gonna talk about that one. Roderick's got nothing to say about that one. I want this guy in the basement to break out. I really do. Nothing new to say? Alright. Need a key. I think I've been everywhere here already. Really not much more I can think of. Let's go to 95 and see if anything's changed here. This painting caught my eye right away. Shut up, Roderick. I figured that there must be a hiding place behind it. Why didn't you just say something right away? I don't know. Well, we definitely know what's behind the painting. Now how do I open it? You look behind the painting and see that it's mounted on vertical runners set into the wall. I think it slides upwards. You push gently and the picture slides upward. Ah. Hello? A teenage boy is standing in the middle of the room, covering his face with his hands in fright. Hey, let's talk. Don't kill me. We're not associated with your kidnapper. Are you Jonathan? Yes, the kid lowers his hands and tries to get a glimpse of you in the light. Well, we kind of are, but not in the way you think. Damn, that's a cool mask. I told everyone we should wear masks for this job too, but they just laughed at me. Your sister asked me to find you. Sister? I don't have a sister. Well, that's what she told us. Hold on, was she short girl, Samantha? She's still here? No, we helped her get out. It was her idea to rob this mansion. She promised us there was a ton of loot inside. All we found was rotting walls and that psycho. So you're thieves. Not really. We're more like, well, yeah, we're thieves. Okay, I'm something of a thief too. Whoa. It looks at you like he's found his new hero. By the way, have you seen any gears? Big ones around here? Gears? No. Are they valuable? Not really. If you check the desk with the secret compartment in the storage room already, then check the master's study. I think he hid something in both places. We actually already found the gear in the master's study, but nothing in the storage room. He's got this crazy thing set up with a double false bottom. Did you get it open? A double false bottom. Yeah, first you open the false bottom, and then there should be another one under that. My god, we went through all of that just for... Alright, time to go back and check this double false bottom quickly. You untie the kid. He's fucking lying to you. You're an idiot. I'm sorry. Thanks. He gets up off the floor and glancing around leaves the room. Rope? Oh shit. A familiar dark blue police uniform appears in your peripheral vision. However, the woman in the uniform seems completely calm and collected. I'm Sergeant Mariah Glowitz, the woman says casually, tapping the badge on her chest. You're under arrest for suspicion of plagiarism and attacking the police officer. She pulls on dark leather gloves. Plagiarism. It's a felony. In this world. Capital punishment. I advise you to stop resisting and come with me. And if I don't, then you have no choice but to use force. She balls her hand into fists and grins slightly. Well, in that case, I apologize for making you use force. You roll out your shoulder, limbering up. Disable skill. You can disable my attack? Is that what you're doing? How about I just stun you 30 times? Now what are you gonna do, fool? Oh, I didn't mean to do that. No! My one trick! Oh, at least she can't do multiple. That's good. Oh, she took my ink! Mariah is breathing heavily. She's leaning the ones to the side, but manages to somehow keep her balance. This isn't over, thief. The whole police force will come looking for you. Before you can blink, Mariah Glowitz disappears from the book. Are you alright? I've been better. You straighten up the crumpled papers on your face. You're making it sound worse than it actually was. We beat her ass. This thing off your hands, all set. Oh. Any more popo? Oh. Oh. I should probably use one of those. Double false bottom is crazy. Nothing else of interest here. With all your experience picking locks, this one opens in just a few seconds. Did he mean here? Nothing of interest here. Oh, this isn't the room. It was the room where I met the lady with the 2 bookshelves. Is this even the time period? I don't think this is... No, this is the right time period. Plain writing desk that stands against the wall. There's nothing of interest on the desk or in the drawers, not at this time at least. Search the desk. You quickly find what used to be a hiding place. This false bottom is sideways inside the drawer. It's empty. We should check in the past. Wait, the second false bottom. What? What the hell? Can you jump it? You look down through the hole at the dried up thorn bush. How about we look for something to put over the hole, like planks? Yay! I hope it holds. Ah. Wait, this is a lot smaller. plain writing stands against the wall. There's no way it's not important since it was behind bars. You open the only drawer, but it's empty. So if we assume the author rewriting someone else's book is in particular intelligent, then it's obvious. You push on the bottom of the drawer and open a secret compartment underneath. Another false bottom. Your thought process is good, but still empty. You feel around inside the drawer just in case, but you don't find anything. Am I missing something? Do I need to check another time again? Maybe we should search the other rooms? We haven't checked them all yet. Examine the desk more closely. Remember what that kid said about a double false bottom? I guess the new author is more clever than I thought. That's not clever. That's just stupid. I'm sorry. That's really dumb. That's like... come up with something that the reader never would have thought of. It's like, oh, and then a hurricane hit. Like, you open the second false bottom of the drawer and take the other gear out of the compartment. One less gear to find. Time to go back to the clock. There's a key sticking out of the door. Oh, I think we should take that. Might come in handy in another time. You turn the key in the lock to open the door, then you put the key in your pocket. And then a meteor struck. Can you turn? Thank you. Please. We should go to the latest time so we can put the gears in. What if something happens to the clock over the course of the years? Alright. You put the second gear into the clock. Now we just need to find the third one and the clock should start working again. Etienne, you asked about Amanda, the wife of that maniac in the basement? But there's some things I was able to figure out using my powers of deduction. So you created Amanda and her husband and the cute little story of their cozy backwoods mansion. And then you and Amanda start to get, well, close. What gives you that idea? Back when we were in the car, you told me you always try to make your characters realistic and well developed. And my guess is that Amanda turned out exactly that way. Your powers of deduction or whatever you said are pretty good. But then you took Amanda somewhere. And that's the part I don't understand yet. Where could you have taken her? There's no trace of her in this book. So that's the rule he broke. He took her out. Wait, you didn't. You took her out of the book? I get it, the things you do for love, but Etienne, you realize you're not just messing with writer's law, but more with serious laws, human laws. I'm paying the price for that now. You raise your shackled wrists. In any case, we both knew what we were up against, and what would happen to us. So, that's what they arrested you for? 30 years for what you did? Broke one of the most serious writer laws and extracted a character who then turned into a real living human. Some Frankenstein shit. Where's Amanda now? Do you live with her? In the end, we broke up. Despite everything you went through. Indeed, so getting back your ability to write is probably the one thing in my life that I can at least try to fix. So that's why you agreed to take on these jobs. Bam. Uh-oh. Lose something, Etienne? The mansion's master is holding the final gear. Damn it. So where's Amanda? The man is trying incredibly hard to stay calm, his head tilted slightly to the right. Where's my wife? The man pauses for a second, tilting his head to the left. I can't be forgetting her. I can't. He starts rubbing his temples furiously. We don't need to bring up Amanda. Let me try and help you. Let me try to rewrite you the way you were before. Are you sure? What about your shackles? Damn, you're right. The man continues to rub his temples, his eyes unfocused. I remember her, with you, and now I can't find her anywhere. He looks at you, his head slowly tilting to the right again. At the same time, his minor attack of confusion passes. and his anger rises up in its place. Bring her back. I can't. You stole Amanda from me and left me here alone. Then someone else came and he did something to me. I didn't want to kill anyone. This is the different part. His head tilts to the left again. You notice his clothes are stained with fresh blood. Wait, why do you have that girl? Did he get to her? Damn thugs. I'll never forget them for what they did to you. You're supposed to be. The blow hits you in the chest. Etienne. The man tucks the gear away inside his shirt and then starts cracking his knuckles. Let me try. Maybe I can rewrite at least something in you. Oh, don't worry. Now he loosens his shoulders. You don't need that. I don't need help. I certainly enjoy my newfound powers. He clenches his fist tightly. The fuck? He knows magic. Well, get stunned, bitch. Get infinite stun. Oh, he gets 2 attacks return. Okay. Strong hit. I can't shield myself. That's not good. I might be better off just doing that. Seeing how much damage I can pump out. Or not. Heal self is crazy. I need 3s, game. Need 3s. Thank you. Is that all you've got, you bastard? You hear me, you bastard? The man's injuries start healing before your very eyes. At the same time, you hear the gears in the clock make a clanking sound. It's as though they're trying to start working, but can't because the last gear is missing. What the? Remember what I said about the inscription on the clock and how it's connected to its master? I figured that out. While the clock is stopped, nothing can hurt its master. You spot the last gear lying on the floor between you and the reanimated monster. It seems to have fallen out of his shirt while you were fighting. You raise your eyes to the man, and he looks back at you with a venomous smirk. Just try. You charge forward, but the instant your hand touches the gear, the man grabs you, and you soon find yourself in a tight chokehold. No luck? Headbutt him. You thrust your head backwards. The man recoils for a second, which is enough time for you to free yourself from his grip. With one swift movement, you grab the gear from the floor. Damn it. In an instant, you're standing by the clock. Put it in, quickly. Without a second glance, you push the gear down. Fortunately, you got it right in the correct spot. The clock immediately starts ticking. No! The man grabs the empty air in the final attempt to stop you. Etienne. He grabs his head, and as a shudder passes through his body, he begins to age rapidly, and the injuries from his previous fights, not only the one against you, start repealing all over him. He swings his arms helplessly and then starts dissolving into dust. You watch it all happen silently. There's nothing left of the monster except a pile of ashes. My God. But now what? Nothing. You walk up to the character's ashes, digging around until you find a small, crumpled piece of paper. You quickly rip it up in two. I've had enough. You pick up the clock and get ready to jump out of the book. We can talk about all this, Etienne, if you want to talk. Well, that was crazy. Are you sure you want to... I want to know what they're doing with the items. Are they just like selling them on the black market? These people have ridiculous powers. Like super ridiculous powers. The ability to create life. Full weapons that are like crazy as shit out of the book. How have they not dominated society at this point? By this point. Did you get the item? Shove it. What the hell? Oh. I can't keep this up anymore. Two minutes later. Hello? There's an urgent job. I'm not... No, you're taking it. I think I've had enough. I don't want to do this anymore. Etienne, it's your last job. You knew what book that was. And you specifically sent me to steal from it. I'm just the middleman, Etienne. I don't pick the jobs. I don't care. You can take your job and go to hell. Calm down and listen to me. Finishing these jobs is your only chance at getting your abilities back. I know you know this. You can't work off this sentence. 30 years is just an impossible amount. Your publisher betrayed you. Your lover left you. It's time for you to take back what you're owed. How do you... Etienne, you're only a single step away from freedom. Fine. Excellent, excellent. The order's at your door. I wonder if Roderick has anything to do with the people who are calling me. I mean, I doubt it, because the things that he said and helped me do go directly against what the people on the phone want. Increased shield duration. Heals on use. How much? 1? I like the shield duration. That's fine with me. The Heart of Sand. The contractor agrees to infiltrate Heart of Sand by Samantha Murray and then extract an item, the weather controller. The client agrees to pay negotiate some upon fulfillment of the contract. An excerpt from a book review, and so I was expecting a significant emphasis on classism, on the difference between the lives of people in the upper district and the train-dwelling nomads. However, how are you a nomad if you're on a train? Maybe the train is how they are nomadic? Whatever. However, in writing the upper district as a sort of retirement home rather than an upper-class sector, the author avoids these themes, which I found immensely disappointing. What's that movie with the train and, like, there's, like, a class system on the train? Can't remember what it's called. Chris Evans is the main character. You decided to keep working? Seems I don't have a choice. You shrugged tiredly. After everything that happened, how did they manage to convince you? It has another month passed since I saw you. You spent a whole month convincing you? Not quite that long. You literally had to erase your own character. I'll write a new one. Ah yes, I forgot about your feeling towards characters. I don't have any feeling towards characters. Just because Amanda left you doesn't mean that all the characters are bad now. She has nothing to do with it. I really thought about giving it all up. The client is right. I need to finish my last job. Even if what we're doing makes me feel sick. If they get rid of my shackles, I can write my own book, putting all this behind me. Just help me finish this one last time. What are we looking for? A weather controller. A device that can control the weather? Seems so. I would certainly come back. It would certainly come in handy. You look around. The air feels like it's at least 100 degrees, if not 120. Okay, let's get to it. Cranky. Tag on the coat says Pete Jenkins. Pete Jenkins. It's old man Jenkins. I love the young people. A small light is blinking on the radio panel next to a worn out accept call button. You hear static over the radio. Linda Jr. speaking. I'm taking over for the senior meteorologist too soon, unfortunately. The voice belongs to a very young man, but sounds confident, as though he's been giving commands over the radio his whole life. Is anybody between lines 10 and 40? Is that us? Who knows? Is that us? I think we're in range, maybe? You're breaking up. What's your number? 26. 26 was destroyed by a firestorm last year. Are you sure that's the right number? Are you sure? 17 is here right now at the station in town. You notice a steel plate with the number 42 and on it next to the speaker. You're breaking up. What's your number? 42. Got it. Pete Jenkins, correct? Not exactly. I don't think Pete will be making radio contact anytime soon. It's his body nearby. There's a skeleton in the chair. Thanks, I've noted that in the log. It must have been a dry storm last week that got him. What kind of storm did you say? Congratulations, you're the new operator 42, so I'm obliged to inform you that there's a death storm forecast between the lines 10 and 40, and you should head towards town. You can take shelter there. A death storm? You may not be able to see it from your position yet, but it's showing up on my instruments already. What'll happen if we get caught? Why would you ask that? Death. Death. What other kinds of storms are there? Now that's the question you should be asking. Death storms are quite rare in your area. You're more likely to see a fear storm or a madness storm there. It's one thing to ask a stupid question, but it's another thing to get an even crazier answer. Great. There are no joy storms too, but there are joy storms too, although they most often happen in town. What'll happen if we get caught in it? Alright, I'll try to get the train moving. Good luck. Am I here? Am I just like here? Where are you going? Let's figure out what's wrong with the train first. Let me work, Andrick. Oil tank. Oh no. What did you see? There's an oil bug inside. It ate everything. Something skitters around inside the tank. Ew, can we skip the bugs? Is there no way we can get to town without the train? What, are you afraid of bugs? Knock harder in the tank. Suddenly an oil-eating bug jumps out of the tank. Squash it. Bam! A greenish oily smear on the tank is all that's left of the bug. Good thing I can't throw up in this form. The tank is empty of both oil and bugs. I did it. I didn't know I did it, but I did it. List of names. There's a long list of names scratched into the wall, and each one is different handwriting. A sharp nail hangs on a chain nearby. Looks like this is a list of the train's previous operators. There are dozens here. Is this some kind of cursed train? We're probably just in a dangerous place. Look at the end of the list. The last one is a Ronald Miles? What about our dearly departed Pete Jenkins? He probably didn't even have time to add his name. Damn, add the dead train operator's name. Poor guy deserves this, at least. Well, probably. We didn't know him after all. You take the nail from the chain and scratch Pete Jenkins' name into the wall. That's how it works. The next guy writes the previous dude's name down. Not bad. What about yours? You're the operator now. Do you want people to forget about you too? I'd rather not. That's like a bad omen. Signing my name in someone else's book doesn't sound like the best idea. If you say so. I think these are the operator's possessions. Wow, that's lockpick, pliers, crowbar. Okay. Is that it, really? I'll probably be traveling around. I am stuck. Why am I stuck? Okay, thank you. I need a crowbar to open that. Examine the old photo. It's a photo of a woman with her blonde hair and her ponytail. Could be the former operator's daughter or maybe his wife. Examine the train panel. The train's control panel covered in levers and buttons. It won't start. Why not? Check the gauges. You see a bunch of gauges. I just picked up fuel, most of which aren't moving. Fuel gauge. Fuel tank is almost full. Everything's set here. Cooling system operational. Oil gauge. Oil tank is empty. We need to do something about that. We'll figure it out. Oil. The tank is small and the canister fills it almost to the brim. This is definitely enough to get to your town. Anything else? I think it's running. Choo choo. The train's moving. Do I want to do that? The death storm is approaching. Hurry! Anyone out past 10 miles. Train 42, what's the problem? You're barely moving. He's right, we got the train started, but it's barely moving. We'll figure it out. Handbrake. Fuel panel. Looking at the fuel panel, all indicators seem normal except one. Cylinder 3 pressure. There's a greasy note on the other side. Whoever gets this train next, I hope it's not you, Pete, you moron. The pressure cylinder is in cylinder 3 has some stability issues. Sorry about that. Actually, no, I'm not going to apologize. By the time you're reading this, I won't care anymore. Deal with it yourself. Just kidding. Try hitting the panel. That usually works for me. Good luck with the train. Well, you should definitely be able to do that. Something inside clangs. Something inside cracks. Train starts slowly picking up speed. Well, that was so hard. You pick up the radio. Great work, 42. I can see you're picking up speed. Weather has been all sorts of crazy lately, even here in town. Yesterday, a sorrow storm almost slammed us. We haven't had one of those in 100 years. Do the storms usually miss the town? Of course, only the joy storms make it here. The rest usually passes by. Like someone's controlling them, right? You can almost feel Roderick winking at you. What could affect the weather like that? I don't know. This all started after our senior meteorologist died. Oh, come on, ask him about the weather controller already. It's obviously in town. Hey, have you ever heard of a weather controller? A what? A device that controls the weather. Is this a joke? I don't think he knows anything. Yeah, I guess the senior meteorologist had the controller and everything started getting messy after he died. We should just ask around about him in town. If only we had something like that, my god. We'd certainly be well off. Alright, I see you're pulling in now. Good luck in town. Until next time, jokester. A guard is trying to unsuccessfully open the door of the train. He notices you. Hi there, he glances briefly at your face, but apparently decides not to ask about it. This guy here is causing a little traffic jam at the gate. Poor man just got caught up in a fear storm on his way here. I'm not getting anywhere with him, but I have to make sure everyone is in town before the storm comes. Can we leave the train here and go into town? Leave the train? Are you out of your mind, my guy? I don't think that's acceptable here. I'll try and talk to him. Go ahead and try, but be gentle. It's not the poor guy's fault what happened. We'll see. Hey friend, you there? Yes? Calm down now. I'm from train 42. Jenkins? Is that you? Jenkins is dead, friend. Jenkins is dead. Did you kill him? No, it was one of these storms apparently. I don't believe you, murderer. I don't think there's a peaceful way out of this situation. Force the door open. You lean your whole body into the door. You hear the mechanism inside start grinding against each other. Just a little more. Come on, push. Clunk. The lock. I think the lock's open. The door easily slides to the side. A thin man is sitting in the corner of the locomotive's arm covering his head. Let the guard deal with him. You step away from the door and motion to the guard. Hey Max, how you doing? Come with me. Easy now. After a few minutes, he leads the man out of the locomotive and they disappear behind the town gate. Good thing that guy didn't see your face. The guard comes back. He looks pleased. Hey, thanks for help. I took Max to the infirmary. They look after him. Will he be okay? Probably not. People can't usually go back to normal life after a fear storm. They won't transfer his train yet, but stay in town if you can. You may be able to pick up some of the stuff when they sell it off. Well then, I'll move his train along, and then years after, in the meantime, go up to customs and get your paperwork straight. What a weird world. Fear storm is crazy. Look like different maps of the area. The inspector is sitting in the cold, dark office. He looks up at you and with a bored voice and says, train number 42. The inspector digs through some papers. Are you Ronald Miles? No. Did you find the body of Ronald Miles? No. I found the body of Pete Jenkins. So after Miles, it was transferred to Jenkins, he writes in his notebook. And now the inspector looks up at you. My name is Bob. Just Bob? Yes, Bob Bobson. I'll write that down. Muttering, wearing a shabby coat with a strange rusty cage hanging around his neck. It's not shabby. His face looks at you and then looks down again, is apparently disfigured. Ooh, you aren't too good looking yourself. The inspector doesn't react. Here's your ticket. He hands you an old yellow ticket. Looks like it's been passed around for years. One standard town visit, 2 hours. Only 2 hours. You must sell all possessions belonging to the train's former operator before you leave town. Make that your top priority. I thought they were mine, though. The inspector looks at you silently, trying to understand whether you're joking or you really don't know how things work around here. The train is yours. The possessions are the people's. And what happens if I can't sell them all in 2 hours? The items will go to the people. Okay, thanks. Go on through. He opens the turnstile. These belong to me now. This is the most people I've seen in this game yet. Aside from that horde of workers that I fought to death. A young woman is talking to one of the travelers who passes her strange half-empty bag. Extend my time by 1 hour, please. He hands over the bag and quickly turns away. Hold on. The man freezes, tilting his head. Just who do you take me for? There's not even enough sand in here for 15 minutes. She shakes a small pile of red sand out of the palm of her hand. Are you up to your old tricks again? Do I need to call the guard? No, please. 15 minutes is fine. The woman turns to an empty hourglass in one of the niches on the wall. Damn beggars, she pours the sand from her hand into the hourglass. Then picks up her radio, and you hear a crackling sound coming from the speakers echoing all over town. Peters, train 124, 15-minute extension. She puts the radio back on her belt and then reaches out a hand to you without looking. Shake her hand. The young woman turns sharply and looks at you confused. I think she wants your ticket. Sorry. Okay, yellow. She takes out a new hourglass and pours enough red sand in to reach the second mark on the side. And she puts it in one of the empty niches on the wall. 2 hours starting now. Good luck in town. An inspector is standing by the train. His assistant is inside rummaging through the possessions. Oh, you again. The man you encountered at the town gate recognized you. Is everything okay? Is that guy's train? This is that guy's train. What's his name? Max, I think. Max, is he doing better? We can sell this. You hear from inside the train. I'd say there's enough to live on here. We'll split it up, I think. Max is resting right now, and we're keeping an eye on his stuff. You look over the shoulder into the train car. Don't look in there, you know that? You know what? He hesitates for a moment and then reaches into his pocket and takes out a bag of sand. Take this. You're a good guy. You help Max. Let us take care of things here. Is this a bribe? So I help Max and you rob his train. Max won't be going anywhere anytime soon, and his stuff could be useful for the town and for us. 2 bags of sand. The inspector's face changes. Don't get greedy. Do you want us to look into why you're riding Jenkins' train? Don't get involved in this, okay? We only have 2 hours. Fine. Now get out of here. Don't interfere. The inspector turns around and loses interest in you. Can I go in? I'm gonna go in. Oh. I tried. You saw it. I tried. Justice. I almost did the justice thing. The greenery on the train's roof is quite striking. By local standards, you're looking at a very well kept train. It looks like the train has been washed recently. The metal and the glass are gleaming, and the thin layer of newly settled dust just looks like an elegant decoration. Green stems sway on the roof. You see Kalancho Haworthia, and tons of other plants that you don't recognize. I'm sorry, did you need something? I wanted to ask, do you know how I can get to the upper district? I heard the meteorologist lives there. You can only get in there once you retire, and I think you still have a while before that happens. I do too. How do I get in there now? Today? The woman shrugs silently and looks towards the way out of town. Running your eyes over the locomotive, you notice an old trailer with dried up branches sticking out of the leaky roof. The longer you look at the trailer, the more you shiver. Chills run up and down your spine like something icy touched the spot between your shoulder blades. Are you afraid of that old trailer might fall off? The woman continues to look towards the way out. Yes, the trailer is quite old. If it falls off, it falls off. The corners of the woman's mouth turn up and she shakes her head. What's inside? Things, old things, ancient things, boys. Why are you carrying them around? I thought it was better to travel light in the desert. I don't know. I'd rather keep them with me. She's a hoarder. The woman frowns but doesn't tell you to leave yet. You know anything about the meteorologist? Well, he tells us when storms are coming. That it? You don't know anything else? The woman turns her head to look at you straight in the eye. You can't read her expression. I won't keep you any longer. Thanks. What do you do? I'm gonna keep you longer. It's as though the woman doesn't hear your question. She just stares silently, watching. Just when you think she's not going to answer, she starts to speak. I'm making it through life, day by day. I meant the plants. Oh, the plants. I used to enjoy nurturing life. The woman looks at the old trailer, stiffens for a split second. You see all the muscles on her face tense, but in an instant, the illusion passes. I have to go check something real quick. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Wow, it's like the brightest I've ever seen him. It looks like a mess. His jacket is a little raggedy. A middle-aged woman is resting on the stoop of her train. A basin of laundry at children's clothes sits at her feet. She stares at your train for a moment. Why? You can't see my train from here. What the hell are you talking about? She sighs, then leans against the train door, which buckles slightly under her weight. You're from train 42, huh? He grabs a cigarette and takes a drag. Did you know the previous operator? Jenkins, yeah. He was my husband. Aw. She gets up heavily and starts hanging the laundry as if nothing had happened. I'm sorry. Are your hands clean? Take off your dusty gloves. Pass me the clothes. She nods at the basin and diapers inside. Her nod sends ash flying from the cigarette onto a pair of men's pants hanging on the line. You take off your dusty gloves and pick up a pair of white children's pants. You glance at your hands for a moment. This is the first time in a long time that they've looked human. All that's left are the thin scars striping across your palms. They probably won't ever fade. The woman takes the pants from you, and her a sheet from the basin. She shakes out the sheet and throws it over the line. What's your business in town? Got stuff to sell? She blows her cigarette smoke upward to keep off the sheet. Yeah, your husband's possessions. Things. Just random things, nothing interesting. The woman's ashes her cigarette, and you see her glance quickly at you as she takes a sheet. So Jenkins' possessions. Did you need me to pass her a bunch of stocks? You pile up a few stocks from the basin together and give them to the woman, but the woman doesn't turn around to take them from you. She stands with her back to you, not speaking. I really am sorry. When I found him, there was already nothing I could do. She nods weakly a few times. Turning halfway around, she passes you a cigarette, and she has a fresh one in her mouth and lit. You sit on her train stoop. I found a journal on his train. I guess it belongs to you now. Customs won't let me just give it to you, but I'll figure something out. She smiles. A journal. Jenkins didn't know how to write. He probably robbed or killed someone. Those aren't his things. These thoughts seem to have put her in a better mood. As she finishes her cigarette, she packs up and heads inside her train. A child's joyful laughter greets her. Yeah. Didn't mean he was a good guy. This merchant is desperately trying to get your attention. His smile reminds you of a late stage insanity. Hey man, hey, come over here. You got any sand? No, I'm looking to earn some myself. Yeah, plenty. Look at him. Oh, hear me out. Buy a melon. Sand melons. They're delicious. The name sand melons seems to describe them quite accurately. Small shriveled fruits that look like they're covered in a layer of dust. Too much dust. Delicious. Looks like no one's buying. They're scrumptious, I tell you. You think I would sell them if they weren't? As for these, pay no mind. There won't be a single one left by evening. Sure. Hey, are you a digger? What? A digger. My hearing's fine. I'm asking you what that means. The man looks at you without blinking for 10 seconds or so. You're attracting suspicion again with your unnecessary questions. I'm not a local. I'm not from here. You gesture at the town. The man continues to look at you without blinking. This is the only town on our continent, possibly the whole damn planet. Where the hell are you from then, if not from here? I left for a long time and now I'm back, but I don't remember anything. A digger is someone who digs up buildings in the desert. If you know what the desert is, or is there no desert where you come from either? Right, a digger. They called them something different back in my day. Yeah, I'm a digger. I was one of the best way back when. I find that hard to believe. Need work tomorrow? I want to dig up a building on Malta Street, but I can't do it myself. Of course, what's your plan? I started digging from the top, from the 20th to the 7th floor, but the lower floors are hard to work and the sand's packed tight in his pickaxe job. I want to round up a few more people and then we'll move out at sunrise. Is there anything special there in that building? The man peers closely at you. It seems he's not sure you can be trusted. There's a gun store on the first floor of the building. The work is all that should concern you. I'll pay you, and what's in the building is none of your business. You in or no? I'll think about it. Think then. He throws a cigarette on the ground and turns away from you. Is he going to start a riot in town when he gets his hand on the weapons? No, he gets caught in a firestorm out on the road tomorrow. You should have finished with that. Should have started with that then. I'm not buying anything. Leave. Alright, fuck you too. The man's sleeve bears the letter CX next to an hourglass symbol. Are you... And you are? You keep looking at the letter CS, trying to think of what that might stand for. Customs service. From the customs service, I just finished going over your stuff in there. You need to sell everything that belonged to Jenkins before your time on town is up. Anything you don't sell will be confiscated when you leave. Yeah, they warned me already. And that, he points to Roger's cage, that's mine. Oh, can I see the tag? He leans closer. Why would I put a tag on my own things? I don't have any tags. An item with no tag belongs to no one. If it belongs to no one, then it's not yours either. Sell it. He writes something in his notebook. What the hell? I'm not selling my friend. He reaches for a radio on his belt and then looks at you questioningly. Cool it. Let's try to solve this peacefully. Fine, no problem. I'll sell. He nods and takes his hand off the radio. Customs officer tosses up a fold-up trading tin at your feet. Have you done this before? Yes. Then you can take it from here. Good luck. The sound that reaches your ears seems impossible in this desert world. Rustling pages, hundreds of pages. The table next to the woman's train is full of books with well-worn covers. Each one looks like it was taken out of an antique bookshelf. Hello, the young bookseller waves at you. Hi. Are you new in these parts? I've never seen you before. Her attentive but slightly unfocused gaze slides over you. Your paper face doesn't seem to bother her. Yeah, I'm new. Do you know anyone here? No, of course not. It's just that generally the same people bring their trains to the same station every time. Were you looking to choose a book? I have something that might interest you. The bookseller tries to look uninterested, but you see her fingers trembling as you hand her Jenkins' journal. Notes? Interesting. Yes, very interesting. Are these someone's memoirs? Wow, this is an absolute treasure trove. Had you read it? I thought it was just the old train driver's journal. Let me read some of it to you. Don't bother, I just want to sell it. I'll buy it. How much do you want for it? You look appraisingly at the bookseller. She's definitely hooked. Time to collect some sand for your work. 5. Oof, I'd be glad to give you 5 bags of sand, but then I'd have to leave town right now. And I'll have so many books. I still have so many books to sell. You lower your price? 2 bags of sand. Well, I wasn't planning on spending so much, of course, but that's a fair price. The bookseller disappears into her train and then returns 2 bags of sand. They have yellow letters in this language you don't know embroidered on them. This is for good luck. Yeah, thanks. You should have found out what was in the journal. Might have helped us understand this world better. I thought you could help me with that. Haven't heard much useful advice from you recently anyways, by the way. Angry man. I can agree. Open suitcases are strewn around the train. A man is washing something in a metal basin full of dark red water. He's washing it so intently that you can hear the fabric ripping. He has an impressively large fang from some unknown animal hanging around his neck. He stops washing and shoots you a mean look. A cage around your neck. Is that some kind of new trend? You hear the clear dislike in the man's voice. Let's just keep going. We don't need any more problems. Is he washing out blood? Who cares? We're just passing by. Keep going. Keep going. Maybe I should tell... Hey. Suddenly you feel a powerful yank down near your neck. You look down to see a man's wet hand grabbing Roderick's cage. I had a trendy friend once, always bragging about his sand bear fang. Damn it, you grabbed the cage too and pulled back towards you, but I taught him some manners. 1 punch, 2. He looks at you with bloodshot eyes and keeps trying to pull the cage toward himself. The cage's hinges start to make an unpleasant crunching sound, or is that your neck? Help me, I'm being robbed. Try and knock him off his feet. The man easily dodges your attack and pushes you away from him. It appears a real fight is about to start. Beat your ass, dude. Shield? Persistent? How long? How long is that? destroyed, old man. The man flies into the basin, which turns over with a crash, splashing its contents onto the ground. What a sick bastard. Are you okay, Antian? Next time you're going in my pocket, or even better, walking. Next time you're going in my pocket, or even better, walking on your own 2 feet. Breathing hard, you carefully touch your neck. The string left an impressive welt on the back. You know it's none of our business, but we can't just let that psycho roam free. You look at the suitcases on the ground and notice a photograph. 2 smiling men are standing in front of a locomotive. One of them, your attacker, has his arm around the other, who looks pale and tired. His shoulder is bandaged and he has a fang pendant around his neck. You toss the photograph aside. No, there's some rope. What are you doing? What's going on? He suddenly comes to and tries to stand up. The anger is gone from his voice and now he sounds scared. Nothing going on, everything already happened. Thud. The man falls to the ground again and stops resisting. Go through his pockets. You find 2 bags of sand. At least it's some compensation. The woman silently waves you away. Can you go into some of these? You can. It's a whole mansion on wheels. Seems like someone's done well. In a world where you can't die, where you can die at any second. Are you going to knock or just stand there? Knock, knock. I can clearly see him watching us from the window. Why won't he open the door? He probably only talks to people he knows. We should come back later. The curtains on the windows are drawn tightly shut, but you can see the silhouette of a man watching you from inside. An old man is waving at you furiously, so furiously that it's like his hand might fall off any second. No, get out of here. What do you mean? You're calling me over. Go on. Get. Up close, I can see that you only have 30 minutes worth of sand. The old man waves his fist angrily. He doesn't look particularly dangerous, but he probably knows a few dirty tricks. Alright, what? I wonder if I'm on a timer right now, like legit. Picked a weird time to take a break if I am. Woman looks at you unkindly. 2 guards are sitting at the gate playing a strange game with stones. The guard on the left pretends not to notice you. The guard on the right isn't as good at feigning indifference. You see him casting quick glances at you. What do you want? What are you guarding? Let me go. I need to go through the upper district. Are you over the age of 60? Yes. The men look at you, not speaking. No. Are you visiting a wife and a newborn? Yes. What's your wife's name? I'll call her to come meet you. He takes the radio from a compartment on the walls and starts unwinding the charger. Amanda Rupert. Wait. Amanda Rupert. Amanda Rupert, you have a visitor at the gate. Thanks. What the hell are you doing? 25 minutes later. I called her 18 times already. You hear disguised malice in his voice. Dispatch. Put me through to the meteorologist. Hi, Lindef. This is the guard. Can you check if we have Amanda Rupert in town? Sure. Okay, got it. Thanks. How's the weather outside? How's the weather today outside the city? He glances at you. Well, maybe it'll clear up. All right, thanks. You're doing great. Talk to you later. He punches a different code into the radio. Time service. What's your train number? He turns to you. 42. Why? Yeah, train 42. 40-minute penalty for trying to trick the guards. Hey. All right, thanks. Over. Why? My wife is in the town, I swear. A voice sounds over the town speaker. Bob Bobson, train 42, 40-minute time penalty. The guard smiles at you and nods goodbye. I'll beat your ass. In fact. Wait. Oh no. I need ink. Need more ink. Junkyard? You see a tall woman digging around a pile of scrap metal. She picks up something that looks like an old computer case and then rakes out the microchips and wires as if they were parasites on a ripe piece of fruit. She tosses the cleaned out computer into a pile to your left. Did you want something? She then picks up a new one, not paying any particular attention to you. How do I get to the upper district? I'm trying to find a way to the upper district. Do you know anything that might help? I don't know anything. She smiles slightly. What's the pipe? What's that pipe on the wall? Where does it go? It's a secret. She gives you a quick glance and then continues ripping apart the computer. I'm great at keeping secrets. So am I. She looks at you in the eyes for a moment, longer than comfortable. Then is comfortable. That's what we're looking for. We can crawl through and go straight to the upper district. There's a passage there. Now that we just have to figure out what to do with the sewer guardian. Yeah, I'll ask around in town. Do you need any help? She looks at the pile of scrap metal she still has to go through. For money, actually for sand, the woman smiles. I'm getting paid pretty well for this. I don't want to share my earnings with anyone else. Who's paying you? Do they have more work? But maybe something a little less dusty? I'm not sure. She looks you over from head to toe. Stand up straight and puff out your chest. I don't think they'll have any use for you. But you can go ask Mr. Nariano yourself. He lives in the middle of the square. Nariano, got it, thanks. She responds with a sour smile. Got a lot of computers here. She's concentrating hard on her work. Where'd they come from? She gives you a quick glance. Jenkins brought them in a week ago. He dug up a whole warehouse full of electronics. Oh. Was Jenkins a nice guy? Was? Oops. Oh. Did I say was? I meant to say I heard he's a nice guy. No idea where you might have heard that, but definitely not in town. He's a real jerk. I hope he dies. Get out of here, outsider. That's some hospitality right there, baby. Maybe I should go fight that dude. Him. Old man's waving at you furiously. Walk past. Hey, how about we do this some other time? Fine. Is this where he lives? Mr. What's his name? Nariano? Hey, Mr. Nariano, come out. The door slowly opens. A middle-aged man appears on the doorstep. He looks a little too clean for these surroundings and is holding a glass of something orange. Huh. He squints at you from the doorway, apparently not trusting you enough to talk face to face. He assesses you silently. His gaze turns quickly over to your clothes, pausing at the cage around your neck. He doesn't pay any attention to your face at all. The stranger leans against the door, finished with his assessment of you. Judging by the expression on his face, you got roughly a 4 out of 10. Nice house. He nods silently and lifts his glass slightly in your direction. I'm trying to find a way into the upper district. Aren't we all? He gestures at the square around you. Don't plan on living there. I just need to take care of one thing, that's it. One thing? What could there possibly be for you to do there? He sips from the glass. I need to get something. He waits for you to continue. Something important to me. How important? He gestures for you to continue. Oh, a man of business. I'd say about, you look in your pockets, 1 bag of sand important. His face twists. 5 bags? He gestures again for you to continue. 7 bags? The man starts nodding, but his hand doesn't stop moving. 10 bags? 10. Now you're speaking my language. I love it when a person that wants something that badly. In a flash, the man transforms from a reserved aristocrat into a jolly businessman. Not a bad start to the day, helping those in need, you might say. He steps forward and shakes your hand. I have things I can sell you. I have possessions I need to sell off. How about I give them to you and you lower the price? I'm a man of business, you see. Dealing with junk doesn't fit my status anymore. But I'm sure you'll find buyers amongst all the visitors in town today. Could you tell me where I can get that much sand? I'll be back when I find 10 bags of sand. How many do I have on me, I think? He bounds cheerfully up the stairs, sipping from his glass, and disappears behind the door. I have 5 already. Okay. I think I've talked to everybody here. It's so funny to me that everybody's selling sand. But there's sand all over the ground. Where's my train at again? Hello, do you? The woman shortly puts a finger to her lips. You manage to get a look at her face. She's incredibly beautiful, even with the deep shadows under her eyes. Okay, I guess not. Let's see if he does anything. Do you want something? What should I do next? I need to find 10 bags of sand for Nariano. Where am I supposed to find sand? You'll have to figure that out. Try talking to people around here. Maybe they have odd jobs for you, or steal it if you have to. Hey, you suggested it, not me. I don't have pliers. Where the hell do I get pliers? I might have enough for pliers. Can I go back to the train, or... Oh, this is my train. Oh, am I setting up my own shop counter? Oh. Time to sell off Jenkins' junk. You brush the sand off the tent and notice passerby start to look over more frequently. What do we have to sell? Everything left in the bag. Some weird gas cylinders. You dig through Jenkins' bag. Empty. You just put them on the counter anyway. You keep rooting around the bag. Some rags and a cup. I doubt you'll even get 1 bag of sand for this stuff. Something else, some kind of map. Yeah, I bet we could do something with that. You notice a customer approaching. Listen carefully and remember this. The man is quite clean cut and probably from the upper district. Are you listening? Say that this map leads to something important. To a treasure or whatever. What are you selling? The old man looks at the canisters, interested. Say anything, just push the map. I have something special. I might even call it a real treasure. The old man doesn't react. He probably hears the same story every day. I must say, if he's from the upper district, he's clearly not going on a train. So, I hope you don't mean these helium cylinders. He points to the helium cylinders on the counter. They're empty, by the way. How much do you give me for them? I can take them off your hands for free, so you don't have to take them to the scrap heap yourself. No way. Your choice. Continue. What more can I say? 10 bags of sand and the map is yours. I can't just pour out 10 bags for a map that leads to who knows where. It leads to treasure. Which treasure exactly? You tap on Roger's K's. I'm thinking a map to water, a map to a pile of sand, a map to food, to shelter. Water source. The old man takes a flask of water from his belt and silently takes a drink. What's that you say? He wipes his mouth on his sleeve. Alright, I think I read they give out water for free in this upper district. That's my fault. What food? You're trying to say there's food just lying around in the desert? Or it'll just go to waste out there? Shelter. You know about the shelter too. He ever so slightly looks around. There's a lot I know. You try to sound convincing. 10 bags you say. I'll give you 5, but if the shelter isn't there, I'll come back and give you 5 more. 5. Wax. Right to your head. With this, he shows you the small club in his belt. Great, we have the sand already. Here's your 10 bags. My dear friend, wonderful, wonderful. He jumps down from the entryway like an excited child. May I? He looks at the bags, ignoring you. Wonderful, wonderful. He counts the bags. He counts out 2, which he hands back to you. Give these to Janine, the woman who does the salvage work at the scrap heap. Tell her Mr. Nariano sent you. He scoops out the remaining bags and starts to head back into his home. Hold on, so it only costs 2 bags to get into the upper district, and you're just keeping the rest for yourself because you know this Janine? It is truly a pleasure doing business with you, my dear friend. Come back anytime. He disappears behind the door. I mean, it doesn't really matter. The woman has cleaned out at least 10 more computers since you were last here. These parts are lying next to her in neat piles. She notices 2 bags of red sand you're holding. How's Mr. Nariano doing? She nods. We could have just come to an agreement. He's 8 bags of sand better now. Hasn't lost his touch. Let's get to it. Hold on. Once we leave, we won't be coming back here. Are you sure you're ready? Yeah. You toss 2 bags of sand at the woman's feet. Let's get to it. I don't have much time. Rain 42, your time is up. Prepare to leave the town. I repeat. But it looks like you're too late. Is that a joke? I already paid you. The damn guards are about to come looking for me and you're... She looks at you silently, smiling. I'm kidding. Let's go. She clears away the small heap of scrap metal from against the wall to pull a lever there. It's open. I'd hurry if I were you. Needless to say, it smells awful inside the pipe. It smells awful in here. This is just a drainage pit for the square. It's not the sewer system, so it could be worse. That doesn't make me feel better. Way forward is blocked by a pile of trash, boards and rags, and almost look like a barricade. I don't even know where to start. Pry apart the boards. It's stuck tight down by the base. The board springs back into place. You aren't able to move it. You try and pick up a trash bag, but the contents are just too heavy, and the bag rips. Dust pours out of the bags and gets into your eyes. Oh my god. You poke around the supports with your foot. One of the trash bags seems to be full of rocks or bricks. You put your weight on the bag and then throw your leg over the barricaded boards. But your pant leg gets caught on a nail sticking out. You shift your weight to your right and try to unlock your pant leg from the nail. I can't get it, damn it. Come on, you're so close. Your pant leg is free. You jump to the rest of the way to the barricade and land on your feet. Final warning, Bob Bobson, operator of train 42. Your time is up. Leave town immediately or your train will be confiscated. You're right, there's definitely no going back. Your path is blocked by another pile of wreckage. This one has tons of broken glass scattered around it. I'd be more careful here. Jesus Christ. Painstakingly pick up the shards of glass. You pick up a nearby bucket and start tossing the shards of glass into it. Another shard goes in the bucket. Another one. And another. Can you go any faster? It'll be nighttime soon. Your hand twitches and a small shard of glass embeds itself in your finger. Sorry, I thought you were done already. You straighten. Did it do damage to me? God damn it. You straighten up. Looks like you are in fact done. Now you can try and jump over the obstacle. You get a running start. You begin to pick up speed. You spring off the ground. Why'd you jump so soon? You fly through the air. You fly right into the barricade. Not over the barricade. Into the barricade. Damn. Are you alive? You broke down the whole barricade with your body. I felt it. Are you in one piece? I'm not sure. Damn. I think my shoulder is... You stand up with some difficulty. Brother, what is this section? I think this is the last barricade. Well, it's not like I can... Oh, shit. This is Lindef Jr. speaking. A joy storm is approaching. It will hit us in 5 minutes. A joy storm? You could certainly use one of those. After this junkyard, even an ordinary storm will make me happy. The pile in front of you doesn't look particularly big. I don't even care anymore. Charge straight through the barricade. It's a bunch of junk. Feels like you could probably just step over it. He's right. Step over the pile. You carefully lift one leg over the pile and quickly find yourself on the other side. That was easy. Joy storm, 3 minutes. Come on, hurry, let's get outside. Okay, let's see what's in the upper district. The joy storm has arrived. I repeat, the joy storm. Dad, is that you? You hear the sound of sand pouring out. It's getting closer. Soon it envelops your whole consciousness. You're suddenly overtaken by such a strong emotion that you involuntarily lean forward like you're drowning in a calm, relaxing sea. Peace and quiet. You turn your head to the left to see your sister standing behind you. You're happy. She's not in danger anymore. You turn to the right and see your brothers. They're sitting next to you, all 10 brothers and you. They're wearing strangely colored armor. You look down and see that you have the same armor on. You touch the armor, a piece of flakes off, burning your hand. The image starts to fade. The vision passes, and in its place you're filled with an unbelievably nostalgic sense of longing. Etienne? It's evening already? How long was I out? A pretty long time, long enough that I started to worry about you. Damn it, we need to hurry. So how was it? Strange, like I was home. I'd do that again. Someone is inside making soup. Poor guy is sitting on the ground, leaning against the wall. An idiotic grin is lighting up his face. Hey, you okay, friend? Mary, you're such a good girl, Mary. Looks like he's still caught in the joy storm. 2 minutes pass, 3, 5. Finally, the man opens his eyes. Need something, man? It's not. Thanks for not interrupting me. I really got caught up in that one. Hold on. Why did your vision last so long when mine ended 10 minutes ago? It's your first joy storm, man? Yeah, kind of. Here's some advice. Try not to move or look around too much. Concentrate on one thing and don't use up all your strength at once. That helps the visions last longer. Okay, got it. What was you wanted? I'm looking for the meteorologist's house. Looking for the sail, huh? Head straight to the south of the square and you should see the sail tent. But I won't count on much there if you're ever you. Okay, thanks. Let me look at you over suspiciously. The man hasn't come out of the storm's clutches yet. You see the devices lined up on a dusty counter. Are you out of your mind with prices like that, you old hag? An old man standing nearby calls out the direction of the counter. A tired-looking woman is behind the counter, and you see the slightest flame of hope flare up in her eyes when she sees you. Another one. If you're just here to look with no money, then get lost. The counter is still surprisingly full, considering the meteorologist died a whole 3 days ago. Are you selling the meteorologist's possessions? Yes, all my husband's things are right here. Anything catch your eye? Yeah, the weather controller. Excuse me? What? The device that controls the weather, direct storms and all that. Has anyone bought it yet? What are you doing? Don't tell her. A device that controls the storms. My husband had that? She seems to be putting one and one together in her head. Hold on a minute. The woman slightly steps away from the counter holding her head. Now she's putting 2 and 2 together. Now 4 and 4. A device that controls the weather. The counter is covered in devices of all different sizes and complexities. Which one controls the weather? I don't know. The text says there's a device colored in switches and dials. They're all colored in switches and dials. How about we look at the most worn out ones? They look like they've been used every day. There are 2 that fit that description, one on the left and on the right. Hands up. You turn around, you turn slowly and see 2 guards with their head clubs raised and ready. That's him. He tried to steal my husband's possessions. Arrest him. I was just looking. Don't worry, miss. We'll handle this. Both guards slowly walk towards you. Grab the first device you see and try to use it. You grab a random device off the counter and start pushing every switch and button you can see. The guard and the meteorologist's wife watch you in silence. I don't think that's going to help much. Just run. You hear whooshing of a club somewhere behind you. Watch out! Why is there no option to fight them? Etienne! Silence falls and darkness. You can't kidnap me, I'll kill you. You open your eyes. It's cold. Damn it. Was I out for long? Damn guards. Rub the back of your head, which is throbbing. Did anything else happen while I was passed out? Uh-oh. Roderick? You tilt your head looking for the cage, but it's gone. Damn it. Nice. That's not a coincidence. You notice a slight glow coming from between the loose wall plates. Examine the inscription on the plate. You see a barely noticeable inscription on the plate. Trust a bag of bricks. Come on, I already know that. You notice that the wall plate isn't completely attached to the wall. Maybe I can move it. An old wooden crate. The lid is nailed shut with rusty nails. I wonder if I was able to make stuff from the train. I didn't make anything. Damn. Right behind the gate, you see a path leading out of the sewer. Shake the grating, it won't budge. Keep shaking it. Nothing happens. Shake the grate like a psycho. Fucking hell, open up. You pull at the steel bars with all your might, but nothing happens. Well, this is just great. I was so close, but it looks like this is the end. Remember that you have ink you can use, and that you've used on plenty of other occasions. Alright, I'm a writer. You hesitate for a second. Right? Use the ink to weaken the grating. The ink envelops the bars of the grating, and you start to slowly rust. Bang. You easily knock them off with out of place with a clear your path. Done. I'm coming, Roderick. You can't hold me back. You hide around the corner to peek out at the tent. Yes, Mr. Nariano, I'm sure. He was looking for the exact thing. He called it a weather controller. Mr. Nariano is carefully twisting a device in his hands, trying to figure out how it works. Damn, he's already here too. This thing really can control the storms. Do you think my husband really created something like that and didn't tell us? All these years? All these people who died in the storms or who went insane? He might have been responsible for all of that? I wouldn't jump to conclusions. We don't actually know what the device can do, and maybe your husband did everything he could. I hope so. Thank you, Rhonda. Thank you for telling me this. It would have been terrible if such a valuable object fell into the hands of a stranger. I think we should... Ahem. It's him, he's back. Ah yes, we've met already. The woman moves slowly towards the radio. Your hit shatters the radio onto the pole. The woman runs into the house. Give me that. Can it really control the weather? He asks calmly. Of course not. Then why have you been hunting for it? You found sand for me, crawled through the sewer. He looks at your clothes more than once, it looks like. This thing could decide the fate of our town, so I can't give it to you. I don't care. Nariano takes a step back, grasping the controller tightly to his chest. It looks like he's prepared to fight for it to the very end. You notice a familiar object around his neck. Oh, hold on, that's mine. You point at Roderick's cage, which is hanging around Nariano's neck. When the hell did you manage to steal that? You sharply yank the cage off his neck and stuff it into your pocket. Nariano flinches, not expecting you to act so suddenly. We need to run, now. Attention all residents, this is Lindef speaking. There's a death storm coming. I repeat, a death storm is approaching. Start evacuating. We have 10 minutes. Did you push something? No, I didn't touch it. We need to stop the storm. Give it to me now. Not a chance. Nariano takes a step forward. Tell me how to work it and I'll stop the storm. I don't actually know, but I can try to figure it out. I'm looking for the instructions. And what use are you? You're just going to let people's lives depend on your attempt to try and figure it out? Let me at least look at the display. I can see what it means. Death storm 7 minutes. Hurry. Anyone with an empty train, take on Upper District residents. Train 12 is causing a jam up at the exit. The wheel fell off. Get that car off the tracks. It's blocking the way. I'm going to see Lindef. He and I will figure this out ourselves. Get out of my way. You try and grab him, but out of the corner of your eye, you see an object flying at the night at you. A steel tip of a cane. Bang. You fall. Right before you hit the ground, you see Nariano climbing the stairs to the meteorology tower. You open your eyes and get up with some difficulty. Finally, get up the tower quickly and grab the controller. I don't know anything about a controller. My father didn't tell me anything. Darn, wrong button. I need to check the storm meter. Warning, death storm 2 minutes. I don't know either. Just push something, Mr. Nariano. Let's go. One final push. This has been such a long day. Nariano's arguing with a young man, the controller in their hands. A wild wind blows through the window. The storm is almost here. We're out of time. Before Nariano can react, you punch him in the jaw. Can't have you interfering. The young man watches silence, slowly pressing himself against the wall. You take the controller off Mr. Nariano's conscious body. You had your chance to stop the storm, now it's my turn. The young man presses himself against the panel of instruments. Red lights are flashing all over it. 30 seconds, he says, taking a glance out the window and then squeezing his eyes shut. Dozens of buttons and switches, and not a single one is labeled. What an egotistic asshole. The look of the young man shoots you is filled with 10% understanding and 90% fear of dying in a death storm. There are 3 big switches above the display. Start with those and I'll check the text, but there's not much about it here either. 2 lights on the panel below come on. There are 2 buttons next to the lights. Second button. The whole panel goes dark and the device looks like it just did when you started now. Second switch. 2 lights come on the panel below come on. Push the first one. Alarm set for 4 a.m. coming from the device. The young man gives you a gloomy look, shred of hope that he might have been saved since he had just evaporated. First switch. Switch makes no sound as it moves. It seems to be completely broken. Third switch. The device starts vibrating. Whatever that means. First switch. The switch clicks loudly as it moves and a multitude of indicators and buttons light up on the display. Let's see. You spin the device around, trying to decide what button to push now. The wind coming in through the window picks up and a strange metallic taste starts to fill your mouth. You smell burnt metal. Okay, here it goes. Pray and push a random button. Scream and push a random button. Beep. Storm is still moving. Pray and push a random button. It's slowed down, but it's still getting closer. Scream and push a random button. It's moving away. It's moving away. Put the controller down, with shaking hands, and you hear cheers from the people outside getting louder and louder. That was close. Way too much going on for my first day. He holds his head on his hands. A large crowd is gathered in front of the tower. Around you are loudly discussing what just happened. I saw the storm move away at the last minute. I saw it with my very own eyes, and it was just about to reach the town, but then it stopped. Alright, calm down, the storm is gone, you can go home now. What if it comes back? Well, look at the controller in your hands. We'll just have to hope it doesn't come back. Why did it move away at the last second anyways? Yeah, and why did it get so close to the town? That's never happened before. It's a long story, we drove it off, don't worry. We? Who's we? It was the young meteorologist. You put your hand on the young man's shoulder. Lindef, the young meteorologist, did an excellent job proving himself. He managed to neutralize the death storm at the very last second. The crowd starts cheering. Hooray for Lindef. What do you mean neutralize? That's not important. What's important is that you're not in danger right now. Now, time for me to go. You look out at the uncomprehending crowd before you jump away and your eyes slide over to the people until they leap Lindef's, looking straight at you. Are you that? He gestures the controller, which you've already tucked under your arm as you prepare to jump out of the book. Listen, kid. This is your moment of truth, Etienne. What moment of... What do you mean, my moment of truth? I need it. It's hard to explain, but I need it more. Are there storms where you're from too? Definitely not like these. Then maybe you can leave it with us, that device. Since next time a storm comes, we won't be able to. I'm sorry, I can't. This device is the only thing that's keeping me from something dear to me. You thump your chest with your fist. Oh, alright. Lindef backs off defeatedly. Come on, man. This can't be black and white, right? I'm sorry. You're all... Everything's ready. Excellent work, Etienne. I haven't given the courier the briefcase yet, and you're calling. Not to worry, my shackles expert is on his way to you, and he'll pick up the order while he's there. He'll make quick work of yours, and then you'll be free, just as we agreed. Alright, thank you. Well, it was nice working with you. Yeah. I have an offer for you. Are you interested in taking on a few more jobs? We can discuss a bonus to your pay. No thanks, I'm done stealing. Alright, suit yourself. See you soon, Etienne. Soon? You fall into the cold sand, your pursuers land nearby. So you want to do this the hard way. Damn, it's so cold here. Where's Vince? He's waiting in the car just in case. Wait. Vince was on your side the whole time? That bastard. Deal with him quickly and I'll get the book ready so we can get to the collector. Can you handle this? Hey, anybody want to help me? Just saved your city a minute ago. Come on. Your voice echoes through the empty square. It seems like everyone in bed is asleep already. Fine. Ooh, so scary. Get drained. Alright, we're in the thick of it now. Are you okay? Relatively. What book did they want to take you into? 1 second. You picked up the book that one of the thugs dropped and look at the black cover. The name's been erased. They said something about a collector. Is that your boss? My former boss. You open the book and flip through the pages. You want to go there? I have this idea. Well, if you're sure about it. Oh my god. It's like Inception, but with books. Oof. What? Why? Everything's blurry, and there's no color. We've gone too deep. We're inside a book, inside a book. Oh, what's up with his face? I can barely breathe. Me too. We need to find a collector as soon as we can and get out of here. What's your face? Why? You touch your mask. Damn it, we need to hurry. I don't have anything. You notice some familiar looking briefcases. A tag is visible on one of them. Walker, Rich A, Item X, Client, HRM, and Publishing. What are those? Briefcases for stolen items. I give the collector his order in the briefcases like these. So there are objects from other books inside? I think there's something you could use in there? You open 2 of the briefcases in front of you at random. A leather-bound book. It lies on a velvet cushion inside a briefcase. There's something written here. Al-Azif. Examine the first briefcase. Old ragdoll sits inside the briefcase along with a set of trusty pins. Is that what I think it is? I don't know. What do you think it is? A voodoo doll? It even has pins. You can't shake the feeling that the doll might be useful. You take it out of the briefcase and carefully put the pins in your pocket. Look, there's something else here. Next to the briefcase is a bag stuffed with brim with the note that's attached says to be sorted. Inside you find a folded up cloak, an opaque glass capsule, and a small wand. An old broom. Ooh. Tag on the wand says polymorph wand transforms the target into Ovis Ares. Ovis Ares? Sounds ominous. Just don't point it at yourself. Take everything. You hide the capsule and the wand in your pocket, and throw the folded up cloak on your shoulder and grab the broom. You really kitted out. I hope I can use all this. Let's go find the collector. Wait. 3 walkers are standing around the table in a brightly lit room. They haven't noticed you yet. Damn, so this is where they handle the briefcases for the orders. What's the plan? Does that use it? You unfold the invisibility cloak and put it over your clothes. Looks like it's working. What next? You tiptoe past the room with the walkers in it. Better to avoid any more fighting than absolutely necessary. You see 2 walkers standing in the passageway. They seem to be guarding another set of boxes. They're discussing something quietly, completely unaware of your presence. I don't think you can squeeze past them. You should take off the cloak. It's only going to get in your way. You take off the cloak and throw it over your shoulder. The walkers haven't noticed you yet. Toxin capsule. You wind up and throw the capsule of fear toxin at the walkers and it falls right between them and shatters. The men turn around sharply. Hey, stop, you. You see both men's eyes widen in horror. You're a monster. Help. Both men run around and look around in terror and then jump over the railing into the darkness. I hope it's not too far down. They'll be alright. What's going on in this corner? Librarian is busy arranging books and probably wouldn't even notice an atomic bomb. A stack of books, including the ones that I've been in. The guards notice you from far away and block your path. What's that noise over there? Is there a problem? You take out the wand in your pocket and point it at the closest walker. Ovis Ares. The beam of blue energy bursts out of the wand and hits the walker in the chest. The next instant, his sheep is standing where he just was. Oh, that's right. Ovis Ares is the scientific name for domestic sheep. I thought it was a spell. The other walkers have already dropped onto a fighting stance ready to attack. Ovis Ares. You point the wand at the closest enemy, but nothing happens. A large crack is now running through the crystal at the end of the wand. Ah, useless piece of... The other walkers simultaneously drop into fighting stances. Didn't they say in the book that... Oh, God. that they only have one spell per, like, item? And once it's used, it's gone. Which sounds really dumb to me. The doll. Good God. Eel. One more drain should do it. I just realized I think I died. He missed? Let's go. That's amazing. I can't heal right now. I might be dead. Oh, they both missed. Nice. That's that. Pack him up, boys. The boss is gonna want to talk to him. Damn it, trying to catch up your breath. I won't give up that easily. You gather your strength. I still got fight a lot left in me. Did he just give me a go again? I mean, it was just a single hit. What the hell? I still had another hit left. I'm mad now. I'm really mad now. Kingpin? Alright, I give up. Just don't hit me, he smirks. Take off my goddamn shackles. You grab him by the throat. There's a slight problem with that. My shackles expert took the day off today. His daughter's sick. He's lying. I know. How about I call you when he's available, okay? It'll only be a few days. You think I'm an idiot? Well, if you really want to know, you promised me you'd take them off, so hold up your end of the deal. But you didn't hold up your end. Hold it up right. I'll hold it up right now. You squeeze his throat harder. Calm down, you idiot. No one except the writer's police can take them off. Do you really think my own men would be walking around in shackles if I could take them off? I would build a literal empire stealing objects if I could do that, not this stinking warehouse. What? Wait, I thought you had proof that he could do it. A friend told me about him. Wait, Vince told me about you. And then I found out he was one of your thugs. That all part of your plan? Well, this thing that's happening now wasn't. You're going to take off my shackles. I don't know how, but that's your problem now. Or what? Are you going to kill me? A character? But you've turned into such a nice guy now, haven't you? Well, relatively. You squeeze his throat with all your strength and look him in the eye. Let's find out right now just how much of a nice guy I am. It doesn't quite inspire fear, to be honest. Let's finish this up quickly. I have things to do. Some important people will be here soon, and I'll be offloading a huge lot today. You turn around and see a stack of containers through the open door. Yes, that's right. Did you think I was just sitting here twiddling my thumbs? I'm about to close off the deal of the century. Are those containers full of stolen items? Fit to burst. I can only imagine what'll happen when that floods the market. He glances briefly at a monitor where you can see henchmen running into your direction. You're right. It certainly is time for us to finish up here. Grab him by the essence. You push your hand deeper in, trying to touch not the collector's neck, but very essence inside of him. You feel a scrap of old paper. Your fingers run across the text written there in old ink many, many years ago. Wait. Start pulling. I can call the shackles expert, let's say tomorrow, okay? That's the only time frame I can give you. We'll get your shackles off and you'll be set. You can write as much as you want. His henchmen are almost here. Sorry, I'm not letting that happen to me again. You grab his paper with both hands and start pulling it towards you. What are you thinking, Etienne? Don't worry, I've done this before. Oh no, you see the client slowly separating from the book's environment, becoming something foreign. Damn, aren't his henchmen going to come for us? They don't have direct route to that book. Besides, they won't like what's waiting for them there. You keep pulling the paper. It gets more and more difficult to pull. What's going on now? It's not the time to give up. No, I'm not giving up. This is as hard as I can pull. What now? They're all outside already. Now we add another force. You bend your knees, ready to jump upwards. You push off the ground. You hear an unbelievably loud, crunching sound, so loud that it feels like the whole world must be able to hear it. With a ringing sound, the paper within your hands separates itself from the book and flies upwards with you. You pull them out. Yeah. Damn it, I think I twisted my knee again. What on earth was that? Where the hell am I? What have you done? You'll find out soon enough. The collector suddenly jumps up and aims a gun at you. It's an antique decorated with swirling pattern. Take me back. Hey, calm down. Just calm down. Etienne, hand over the book. Now, where's my book? I'm afraid nothing would come of it. Hey, don't joke around with him. The thing I just did, they'll hear it. Writers police, nobody move. Hey, you, drop the gun. Not another step or I shoot him. Boss, that's Leroy Roshan. The collector? What the hell is going on here? Etienne, how are you mixed up in this? Hello, officer. Hold on, how did you recognize me? You came in for questioning that same coat. Damn, I disguised my face, but I forgot to put on a different coat. I'm warning you, I won't surrender alive. He aims the gun at the police officers and then back at you. And hold back your little pet writer there. I see him. He puts his hands up and looks at the officer waiting for a signal. Well, now we've come to an agreement. Everything will be just fine. Where's my book? I don't think we'll be coming to an agreement with you, thief. Quiet. Now we're going to make a deal and I'm going to walk away. You're accused of stealing thousands of objects, and now that you're in our hands, you're not going anywhere. That's enough. Suddenly turning to you. This is all because of you, you bastard. The sound of a shot rings out. Etienne? You close your eyes. Damn it. You open your eyes and look down. The metal of Roderick's cage protected you from the bullet, but there's not much left of it now. You see a small, ragged scrap of paper inside. Derek, you moron, I told you to stop talking. Sorry, boss. Are you alright, Walker? Now it's your turn, hands up. Look at the remnants of the paper in your hand. Don't make us use force. Cool it, he's just in shock. Etienne, it's best if you come with us now. We'll talk about all this at the station. Hold on, what's that in his hand? It's a character, and not for one from this book. Etienne, are you out of your mind? You're carrying around a stolen character, even in your current situation? Derek, I can't take an isolated character. Call for backup. You shove the officer, his head slams into Derek, who staggers backwards, eyes shut. Damn it. Oh. Good lord. This is the ending I get. Leroy Roshan, also known as the Collector, was detained by the writers' police. He was later sentenced to execution by what? Erasure? The entire network of writers used his services to buy stolen items from book plagiarism were also detained in the crypt. What the fuck? Let me read. Etienne Keese was detained 5 minutes after his escape. The unknown stolen character was not found on him. Did Roderick die? 28 years later is crazy. City. Well, I think this is the house. You run a hand over your face. Oh, that's what he looks like. Wait. It's almost 30 years later. Alright, now I'm ready. Damn. All my ink is still there? Damn. Wait, I still have the doll? And the invisibility cloak. Going to meet his lady. Oh, or not. Sir? How can I help you? My name is Etienne. You probably don't remember me. We worked together a long time ago. I can't seem to recall that. Are you sure you're in the right place? I'm sure. I'd even say we were partners. I just wanted to see how you're feeling. I do believe I'm quite alright. Should I be worried about something? Do you remember your name? Of course. And where you live? Baker Street. That's good, then. I had to make a few changes because of your injuries. Injuries, sir? Yes, although it seemed everything worked out. Are you kidding me? Sorry to keep you waiting, I'm back. Watson, he nods to the man by the window. Holmes, he nods back. And you, sir? He looks questioningly at you. I'm on my way out. Someone you know, Watson? I'm not sure. Are you quite certain you're alright, sir? Yes, my apologies again for disturbing you. Well, time to head back. I'm glad you're doing well, friend. So, I'm trying to piece together what just happened. He put Roderick in a book or moved him to back to a different book, but he made him Watson? Or that's a little confusing. I had to revisit so many books before I found the right one. So he was originally Watson and he just like was misplaced or something, I guess. Final calculations of time served are below. My initial sentence extraction of the character, Amanda Mitchell, 30 years. Assistance in capturing a particularly dangerous criminal, -3 years. Fleeing from police officers, +2 years. Willfully turning myself into police, 1 year, -1 year. Total time to be served, 28 years. The stream is buffering. See anything wrong on Twitch's side? You can watch it on YouTube. YouTube's also there. And that has the DVR on if you need to go back. Okay, so he was always Watson. That's what I figured. What a great game. No wonder he was a good sidekick. I do like that they addressed the overall like stealing stuff and what they were planning on doing with it, and it was basically an underground ring. I respect that a lot. I wanted that to be the case, you know. I wanted to like I mean, I'm gonna say most of it now. You know, my initial reactions and what I think of the game and stuff like that, but I think that the writing is great. The books are so weird. They did a really good job pulling from like ideas and then like, you know, twisting them to be something different. I just what the few things that kind of like that interest me were like why the So the kingpin of all this thing was actually just a written character the entire time, and he pulled him out of the book on purpose to get the police to show up, obviously. But that was kind of cool. How, like, instead of it being like a villain in the real world, it's just a villain in a book. Yeah, the humor is really good. The banter between the two of them is really good. Um, I will ask, is there different endings to this, Raven? If not, that's fine. I feel like I'm satisfied with the ending. But I think that this game is extremely underrated because I've never heard of it. Um, my only gripe is, I don't know, for like streaming and stuff, like I had to read everything out manually. But that's just like a minor thing. If they decide to do another game, I would like them to, you know, have not everything, obviously not everything voiced, but you know, this is an indie game, so I didn't expect too much of that. It makes me wonder if they're like how much changes if you don't like be a good guy or a bad guy, because I feel like I was kind of middle of the road most of the time. All in all, I had a really damn good time with it. I think I'd put it at like a 7.5. I would recommend this game. Them using like his own book was kind of interesting. I kind of felt for him when he was all mad that they gave it to someone else and let them basically fuck with it. I think about that kind of stuff all the time. Like, I can't imagine like selling my ideas to like a company and then having them completely go fucking buck wild with it. For the most part, I like to think I'm flexible, but I feel like in today's market, like, people just do way too much insane shit just to like try and like stoke reactions from people, so I can only assume that they would fuck some shit up if they were to use my rating for something. Yeah, 7.5 out of 10. I'd probably give it. Alright, I'm gonna take a quick break, probably about 10 minutes or so, and then I'm gonna switch over to Mouse. There's one ending, but the path you take to get there can vary drastically based on the choices. Okay. Okay. I hope they do a sequel to this. Or something of that sort. Hmm. No, that's what it's there for.